alerting any of the public. There's just somebody right now driving in the traffic. The speeds have been really up and down. At some points lower than the freeway speeds, and sometimes we just saw a little bit faster. But right now, definitely keeping an eye on it. They want this person in custody. And is it a pursuit? I would venture to say this is more of a active following. Well, we saw some just live just a few moments ago. We actually saw that car getting up on the emergency lane. Maybe even got off the freeway, meaning off the road into the dirt for just a little bit there. Now, California Highway Patrol might be getting into this. I just heard the Sheriff's Department talking with the CHP. They might be getting into this. Now we're northbound 405. That's going to take us over by LAX, and everybody knows that LAX area. But, you know, Sandra, you did mention it. Skyfox has been on two other chases just this afternoon. One of them crashing on the 101 freeway over by Glendale, and then another one was a red Prius, which they literally just kind of let that go. Oddly enough, that one drove by the other one on the 101 freeway, and that's when we heard about this. So it's been a very busy day this morning for police activity and especially with pursuits. This one right now slowing down a little bit. I'm not sure if it's because of traffic up ahead. I'm going to get a little bit of a wider shot, but definitely making its way northbound on that 405. I'm starting to worry about getting over to that LAX area because, you know, when they get over there, it's going to be difficult for us to follow. Sometimes they don't even let the law enforcement helicopters into their airspace because of the commercial airliners. But right now, still driving along, it is definitely holiday light, that is for sure, or what I would call almost pursuit type of traffic, kind of wide open, and these people that are running have that ability just to keep those higher speeds and just to keep it moving on the freeway. But again, this time the Sheriff's Department not letting this one go, so it makes me wonder. That might be something else going on. Jeff, my pilot, just told me that there's a black and white coming up behind it. I'm not sure if that's going to be the Sheriff's Department or the California Highway Patrol. I mean, hopefully I don't lose it. We've done that in the past, but that definitely looks like the Sheriff's Department right there in the carpool lane. Looks like our friend here is using that emergency lane again, and no reason, right, Sandra? He could have totally been, go ahead. I would venture to say if he's here, there he goes. He did that for us. He just wanted to get off that wall so we could keep a better eye on him. No, it looks like he actually has the left turn blinker on right now. But is he making? Oh, he made a right turn. Look at that. This guy is very crafty, using that left turn blinker and made a right turn. Maybe that's his idea of trying to elude officers. But believe me, the helicopter a little smarter than that. You saw right there was an officer on that on ramp, and again, not engaging right now. So I'm kind of really wondering what is going on. Maybe there's some sort of miscommunication, but this vehicle definitely starting to drive a little bit more aggressive. Northbound 405, you see it right there. And as we're inching our way closer to LAX, I wonder if he's going to get off the freeway, maybe take the 105, but right now, we're just northbound on the 405. No, definitely. You know what? Just this up. Look at we might be getting off the freeway here. He's fooled us in the past, so we'll take a peek and see what he's doing right now. He's pretty much committed. It's but these higher speeds, those sharp turns, and then you got people parked down there. I always kind of worry. Looks like he's going to make a right turn, even though that left blinker's still up. No, he's actually making that left turn right there. And what's he doing? We're just getting off to get back on. There you go. You can see those law enforcement vehicles. Those are the ones we've been talking about. And, you know what? That was a smart move. That one officer right there, he should get a gold star because he's actually going to get ahead of that vehicle. I'm going to give him a gold star for sure. But in the meantime, I was showing you that. I almost lost the Kia Soul. But you know what? He makes it obvious because he's going to get right back there on that emergency lane. Don't know what that's all about. But continuing on in the emergency lane right now, and law enforcement, they are in the game today. That is for sure, making their way back onto that northbound 405. That car's still going along here, but again, you really kind of wondered if they know a little bit more about this driver than they're letting on, because usually these kinds of stunts and these kind of reckless driving, and just for a stolen, they might let it go. But in this case, they are sticking with it for sure. Whoa! Whoa! That Kia Soul really starting to pick up some speed right there. And, we've seen that in the past. I've actually seen that many times on these chases. These suspects will get onto those off-ramps, and we all know they make those sweeping turns. And that, you get used to those higher speeds, and then you just don't think about it. We saw it right there. I almost thought he was going to lose it, but he definitely got that rear end broken loose. Now we're picking up some more speed again. I'm going to bring up the speedometer. I took it down moments ago because of this. Oh! Red light. This is actually starting to get a little bit away from the kind of playful chases that we like, and more into these dangerous type of situations. You don't want to see anybody get hurt. He's really starting to pick up these speeds out here. He's running a number of red lights. And again, this is really the whole dynamic has changed right now. And of course, the helicopter's staying above it. We're making our way. I would venture to say we're getting into the Hawthorne area right now. And again, Hawthorne PD, they may get involved, and they have a different policy on pursuits. We might see them get in, maybe get a little bit more aggressive. But right now, the sheriff's helicopter making those calls, and the dangerous situation coming up a little bit more up. Getting into a residential neighborhood, Sandra, you just got to wait and see. Yep. Yeah. Definitely running. They're really starting to move out, and probably not the smartest moves right there, but they're all sticking together. I was expecting a bunch of hamsters to jump out of there. That's the Kia Soul joke. But you see what happened. He's got a bunch of folks, and I guess somebody got stuck right there helping out their buddies. The deal is right now is the helicopters, us and everybody, and the law enforcement, they all have these have all this tracking. They're jumping into windows. I'm just hoping this is somebody's house that they know. This is definitely an apartment building. They're in there right now. The sheriff's department, they're actually calling out that address. We can give it to you as well. But right now, this is near 129th and Jefferson. And again, this pursuit coming to an end with the suspects just stopping and making their way into an apartment complex out here. The actual address, I just put it up. You guys can probably read it yourself. It's 4084, and I believe that's going to be on Jefferson. But again, a wild ending to that pursuit, and they're all sticking together, which is interesting in itself, jumping into a back window at this apartment. Yep. Yeah, they're getting the calls from the helicopter above. That's how they know where they need to be. for this, and they, they're actually, we're hearing them talking to that sheriff's unit, so they know that they're inside this apartment. Again, once they ran inside there, the dynamic of this changes once again. You don't know if those people are armed, or they don't know if this is an apartment that they know. So there's going to become more of a, they're going to give them the opportunity to come out. They're going to do what's called a call out, and if they don't come out on their own, this is going to turn into a standoff. And is what most, you know what, I am just really happy, Sandra, that it has come to an end with nobody getting hurt. Those high speeds at the end really did get me worried. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were we were going to get up. No, right now it's a little bit of a standoff. I'm sure Jeff. Skybox has been up for quite a bit this afternoon. We have it's called a thirsty bird, and we got Hawthorne Airport pretty nearby, so we're probably going to be making our way over to Hawthorne Airport. But again, you can see the Sheriff's Department now trying to figure out how they're going to handle this. The helicopter keeping it a good, the Sheriff's helicopter keeping a good eye on that apartment. They just want to make sure that these suspects don't try to sneak back out or try to run from where they got into that apartment. So that's what they're concerned, the helicopter's concerned about. And they're also talking to the ground units, kind of giving them ideas where to go to what they call set up a containment, just in case those suspects do run out. You can see a couple of those officers right there as well. So they're going to set up a block around this apartment complex. They are going to try to talk to them, see if they're just going to come out on their own. But if they don't, this is going to turn out to be a long standoff. And in the end, we know where they are. The law enforcement knows where they are. It's just going to be a waiting game. And we've said it in the past, especially on a standoff. Time is definitely going to be on law enforcement's side. Sir, if we have to go to Hawthorne, let's go to Hawthorne. Thank you for staying with it as long as you did. I know you were looking, we were driving towards the Hawthorne. We saw him jump into the window in the back of the apartment complex. And the only reason, and I know because you saw them jumping into it. You know what I mean? Skybox, TOC. We're going to be landing in Hawthorne for fuel, and we're in the rotation, but we'd like to knock it down. And thank you, by the way, for bringing the IFB back so quickly. It's alright. It's totally alright.